Well, the challenges for the food and drink industry may be different to others, but the specific challenge that we face really is the fact that there are different languages and different laws that apply in every country around the world. And where you've got a food and drink product, you've got to put a label on it, and that creates real issues and real challenges, because essentially what you're doing is you're providing a product which may be the same product throughout the world, and ideally therefore you have a large scale of advantage of benefits of scale of production, but then each country has its own rules, and so in an ideal situation you would have a particular label for each one, and that is a nightmare, and it really does produce terrific challenges. And the obvious solution is you try and put as many languages on as you can, but there's always a limit on space, and actually there are often very complicated rules about how the nutritional panel is presented, how the different sorts of information, legal rules about what you can and cannot say on the label. And so actually this only works on a relatively small number. And so you do find the challenge initially it tends to be is that you are shipping out, and your customer at the other end often has to relabel, and this is extremely laborious and actually quite expensive. So there is an immediate significant financial disadvantage that you have. So it means that when you're actually trying to market to these countries, you have to have a proposition that can take quite a lot of additional cost and still sell in the marketplace. So it's a difficult game to play out when the benefits are relatively marginal cost-wise. So you really need to have something that's unique, and that's been our experience, and that's why we've had this terrific challenge, because we've produced this concentrated beetroot juice shot, which is being driven by the science that's going on, which has attracted a lot of interest from the elite sports world. And the elite sports world, I'm very fortunate in having a market that is really on the ball and wants to know what the latest thing is. And fortunately for me, we are the latest thing. So we get approaches from all over the world out of the blue, and therefore the best way to do that, to deal with that, is to communicate on a website where you can put as much information on as you can, and also reassure your potential customers that you're the right place, because they probably only heard about it on the grapevine and they're not quite sure. So that's what hooks them in, but then the actual process of supplying them can produce quite a lot of challenges on the label front. Yeah, we've been fortunately very lucky, but that's because we've had this strong driver of the science and the interest from a group of people who have to be ahead of the game, and most food and drink products don't have that advantage.